This is the Hammer Down Racing Report.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report. We'll make that go away. I got too much going on here, guys. Hold on a second. Make that go away. Everybody's muted. Anyways, hi. Welcome to the Hammer Down Racing Report. There we go. Yeah, by the time the bed's over, I finally got everybody going there. We're in a new, well, I'm in a new location. Lots going on for show number 145 for Thursday, August 27th. Welcome, Jerry Keyser, our newest member to the Hammer Down Racing Report, along with, of course, Ron Miller and myself, Scott Hammer.
I'm so humbled to be in the presence of two absolutely amazing motorsports announcers.
Well, I don't know if I go.
There's one. I don't know about two.
Where?
Checking to see who just walked into my office, right?
Exactly.
I got nothing. So, yeah, so I got some new equipment here, and I just bumped the mouse and everything disappeared, but now everything's back. I'm in a new location. We got a nice little board. I talked to our engineers, and we did some work, and we were trying to get something for Ron over there, and that didn't quite work out well yet, but we're still working on things. We're improving things.
It will.
We're going to improve his audio quality just a little bit, but we're able to take phone calls now. I talked to Gary Lindahl, by the way. He was. We talked about having him on last week. He golfs on Thursday nights, so after golf season's over, end of September, we're going to have him on.
Really?
So we can do the phone call thing now. Yeah.
There's so much exciting news that he could be talking about too.
I know.
Maybe he could put the golf off for a week.
You would think so, but yeah. Lots to talk about tonight. Speaking of that, we have some Toledo Speedway news. Steve Kester, fresh off his last two consecutive late model wins. He's going to join us tonight. Probably in about, well, it looks like he's joining us now, but we're going to talk to him in about 10 minutes. Just popped up. We got a little, I don't know. You guys can you guys see that?
No.
Okay. No. Well, good. Apparently I have full control. But yeah, we have a nice little mixer studio kind of thing, because this seems to be the way things are going now, because we're not going to be back in the studio anytime soon. So this is our new permanent temporary solution for the Hammer Down Racing Report for the near future. We're going to call it the Hammer Down Racing Report home studios, because everybody's in their home. Jerry's down in the Lima satellite studio. Ron's up across the border there up in Michigan in the Temperance studio, and I'm in the Sylvania, Ohio studio.
Technically, it's Ottawa Lake, even though it's a Lambertville mailing address.
Temperance, Lambert. It's all the same.
Ottawa Lake. No, Ottawa Lake's different.
Isn't
So
Bedford
that
like
up
right up
north?
there?
That's all I know.
Yeah, once you cross the line, it's all one town, I think. I'm not sure. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report. Coming at you actually live on YouTube and Facebook. I hope if everything is working right. I'm on a different computer too, so it was asking me some weird permission questions when I clicked the go live button. So I haven't checked the YouTube. I see we are on the Facebook, so at least that's working. So if you're trying to watch us on Facebook or on YouTube, come over to the Facebook, but chances are if it's not working, you just didn't hear me say that anyway. So that was pretty much a waste of time, I guess.
We're getting quite a few comments, so I know we're working on Facebook.
Oh, are we? Okay. Well, yeah. Facebook, we are. All right. Let's go through sponsors first here before we get to all the good stuff from this past weekend. And like I said, Steve Kester, of course, Ron Miller Race Cars, been with us since the beginning from Lambertville, Michigan. I actually have Lambertville in the notes for you.
Okay.
So I just, for some reason, aren't you in? I think you're in my database as Temperance for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never talked about that.
If you need race cars, parts, safety equipment, service, everything a racer needs, give Ron a call, 734-856-7223. That's 734-RACE. Were you pointing down, by the way, Ron? Because I forgot.
No. It's just this is not a good week to advertise racing service.
Are you done with your car, though? I know you've been working on it all week.
The front end's ready to go back on the ground. There was some rear end damage, and I'll take care of that while Ornery Don is working his magic on the front sheet metal. And I think the car will be pretty much ready to go back into can tomorrow night.
All right. Good enough. So
Maybe.
people can come at you next week for help.
Yeah.
Thanks to Oakshade Raceway, we're the fastest meet to race every Saturday night. Another full show on tap this coming Saturday. Steve Kester, it's Kester Mowing, also our guest tonight. We'll talk to him about Kester Mowing as well. For all your landscaping
needs.
Mowing, seeding, fertilizing, insect weed control, and more. Call Steve today, 419-466-3801. Don't call him right now, though, because he's going to be busy in just a little bit on our show. Also, thanks to Millstream Speedway. They're trying to bring racing back down there. I haven't gotten an update from Scott. I'm not sure if he's given up yet on this year or not, or if they're still, last I heard, they're still trying to put something together. I know Toledo Speedway did manage to put something together, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. So I don't know. Also,
maybe there's hope for Finley.
There's always hope. Also, freeze frame photos for all your racetrack photo needs, whether on the track, victory lane. They have 23 years of memories with you at Oakshade, Toledo Speedway, and other local tracks. Call them for an appointment, 419-476-9978. They do photo shoots and cool stuff, and they have all kinds of stuff. Make sure to stop by, say hi out the track. Tell them you heard it on Hammer Down Racing Report. Even if you don't buy anything, which you should buy stuff. But if you don't, just say, hey, I heard you guys advertise on Hammer Down Racing Report. That's pretty cool. So support our sponsors, support those that support us, and we'll get better.
What if somebody wants to be a small part of this deal?
Nobody wants to be part of this. What are you talking about?
We've got all of these people going across, Scott. Sure.
Oh, that's right. Big D's Pizza in Clyde. I almost forgot Big D's there. Dean Henry, 419-547-1444. Mention the Hammer Down Racing Report. Save 10% off your order. And you can win a Big D's Pizza coming up a little bit later in How Many? And Jerry, you get to play How Many for the first time.
Very cool. Looking forward to that.
Absolutely, you should be. Everybody does. Moving on, Attica Raceway Park back in action this past weekend. Actually, they were back in action 2 nights, doubleheader. Cap Henry earned both nights wins in the 410. He got number 6 and number 7, winning both Friday and Saturday nights. Matt Miller won his second late model feature win of the year with a borrowed engine on Friday night. And Jamie Miller nursed his 305 to his third feature win of the year. Saturday, though, Paul Weaver got the 305 feature win. It was his 4th of the year, and Sean Valeni got the dirt truck feature win. Steve Kester, who is waiting in the wings here, he was the winner of the late model feature at Oakshade Raceway on Saturday night. That was his 2nd consecutive feature win. Rusty Smith won the Sportsman feature. Rich Reif, Bomber A-Main feature winner. That was his 2nd in a row. Adam Lance got the B-Main, and Eric Carr was the compact feature winner. I believe that was his first feature win of the year. Sandusky Speedway, Ben Watson won the Renegades. J.D. Lawson, Pure Stocks. Jaden McCall was the Beginner Stocks winner. Looking at some World of Outlaw Morton Buildings late model series action. Brandon Shepard won last Thursday, a week ago tonight, at Lincoln Speedway in Pennsylvania. And then repeated that at Williams Grove the next night. Dennis Erb Jr. won Saturday's event at Erie Speedway. It was his first World of Outlaw win since 2017. Next up for the World of Outlaws, the Livonia Speedway in Georgia. That's tomorrow night, Friday. And Lancaster Motor Speedway in South Carolina on Saturday. Actually, that's not tomorrow night. That's actually a week from tomorrow. It's September 4th and Saturday, September 5th. Good thing I put the dates in there. World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Series was at River City Speedway, North Dakota. And Kyle Larson was there, too. So guess what happened? He rallied late for the win. I think that was the night he spun out and then had to come back through. Got the win there at River City.
Was that the one where he kind of shortcut the track and went inside one of the tires?
I think so. I believe that was the night.
Amazing save. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I didn't see it, but I read about it. And then Larson won again on that was Friday night, I believe. No, wait. Yeah. Saturday, Larson won again. Larson won. World of Outlaws, Larson won. That's it. That's the whole story. He held off Brad Sweet for the $10,000 win there. Next up for the World of Outlaws, US 36 Raceway in Missouri. That's on Saturday. That is this Saturday. And I-80 Speedway, Nebraska. on Sunday, the 30th. The 28th annual CompCam's Topless 100 Batesville Motor Speedway this past weekend was won by Tim McCready. At least he won Thursday's preliminary event. Jimmy Owens won Friday's 30-lap feature and then Saturday's main event as well. That paid $40,000. Pretty good purse there. Next up for the Lucas Oil Series is Port Royal Speedway's Rumble by the River. That is tonight through Saturday. That's 27th through the 29th of August.
With Mr. Larson making his first late model start tonight in that event.
Is that where he's doing that?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure late model drivers are going, woo, all right.
Oh, yeah.
Larson's going to come and...
Did you see, Jerry, did you see a video of him hot lapping that car a week or so ago?
He looked almost as smooth as you, Ron.
He never let that thing breathe. I felt sorry for that motor. Oh, my gosh.
I do recall seeing your comment about that.
Yes, he was on it. He's definitely fast. We'll see if he can handle it in traffic like he does everything else. He is so amazing no matter what you put him behind the wheel of.
You put him in a late model, and it's a little wider than a sprint car. So, yeah.
I think I saw a comment where somebody thought he was in a late model in one of the Prelude to the Dreams, but he's actually, I believe he was actually one of the Truck Series races at Eldora.
Yes, he won one of the Truck Series races and never part of the Prelude.
So, not that the NASCAR trucks are like a dirt late model, but they do have fenders, I guess.
Right.
That's the only similarity there. Corey Eliason won Friday's feature at Wilmot Speedway in Ollie's Bargain Outlet All-Star Circuit of Champions action. That's in Wisconsin. Aaron Reitzel got the victory on Saturday at Plymouth Speedway in Indiana, holding off Tony Stewart for the measly $5,000 win. I say measly compared to $40,000, but compared to what I run for, I'd take it. Next up for the All-Stars, Grandview Speedway. That's tonight. Williams Grove tomorrow night. That's Friday night. Lincoln Speedway. I always forget. Not everybody's listening to us live, so I got to actually say the dates on here. They may be listening tomorrow. Lincoln Speedway on Saturday, the 29th, and Bedford Speedway on Sunday, August 30th. Zane Smith earned his second Gander RV and Outdoors Truck Series win Friday at Dover. Justin Allgaier dominated the Xfinity Dryden 200 on Saturday. Chase Briscoe won his sixth Xfinity race of the season in a backup car on Sunday. Doubleheader for the Xfinity Series there at Dover. Denny Hamlin won Saturday's Cup race, and Kevin Harvick stunk things up for everyone else in Sunday's Cup race at Dover. Next up for the NASCAR guys is WWT Worldwide Technology Raceway 200 at Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway for the Truck Series. That is actually on Sunday on FS1 at noon. The Xfinity and the Cup Series are going to be at Daytona this weekend. And I don't know if this was a misprint, but it's the Wawa 250 for the Xfinity Series.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what that is or what that means, but that's tomorrow night, Friday night, 7:30 on NBCSN, and the Coke Zero Sugar 400 for the Cup Series Saturday night, 7:30 on NBC, and you can listen to it on our iHeart radio partner, Buckeye Country 103.7. And
one of our associate producers is here, so maybe he can tell us about the Wawa.
Wawa, yeah. There you go, Dave. Do some research on Wawa. What is Wawa? Is it like a baby saying water or something? I don't know. Hey, the Indianapolis 500 was this weekend.
Did watch it.
Oh, yeah.
It's all like it's crickets. I think I was installing a door. I was kind of watching it off and on. That race finished under caution after Spencer Spigot wrecked late in the race, hitting the end of pit wall, damaging the protective barrier there. Did you guys see that?
I saw the hit. Boy,
that was a nasty one.
He climbed out of the car, and then they kind of took him away. I don't know if it just took his breath away or rung his bell, but boy, that was a hit.
Yeah, I think they kept him in the hospital at least overnight, because I got a notice. I don't remember if it was Monday or Tuesday that he was released. So it sounds like he was all right. But the race finished under caution, much to the chagrin of the 0 spectators in the stands, but the millions of people watching on TV. I have the ratings for that too. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, so that race finished under caution, and people weren't happy about it. But I guess it would have taken too long to fix that barrier at the end of pit road. That thing's always been a dangerous thing now. And I don't know what they can do.
It's just a bunch of tires with a blanket over it. How long could it take to fix?
You should have been there as part of the track crew. Takuma Sato of Japan ended up winning the 104th running of the Indianapolis 500. He was the winner 3 years ago as well. Next up for the IndyCar Series, the Bommarito Automotive Group doubleheader at Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway. That happens on Saturday and Sunday, both races at 3 p.m. on NBCSN. And your final UMP Dirt Car Summer Nationals update to wrap up. After our show last week, that series came to completion on Saturday night. But last Thursday night, Thunderbird Speedway, Frank Heckenast Jr. was the winner there. Tri-City Speedway on Friday, Dona Marcoulier got his first career Summer Nationals win, as a matter of fact. And then they wrapped up at Merritt Speedway on Saturday. Jason Fager got the W up there. Brian Shirley picked up his 4th championship for the Summer Nationals. So congratulations to him.
Dona was pretty geeked about his whole weekend. He was real pleased because when he wasn't winning, he was running up front. And it was good to see a local guy do well up there.
Absolutely. I think Rusty did pretty good in that too.
Wawa's a chain of convenience stores along the East Coast.
All right. Well, there's your bloop fact of the night. Wawa convenience stores. Something I didn't know. How we bring in Mr. Steve Kester? I don't see his video, so I'm not sure what's going to happen when I pop him in here. But we're gonna see what happens. I don't know if we'll be able to hear him. Hopefully, everything will work.
There's 3 of us.
There's 3 of us.
3 of us. Come on, Steve. You can do it.
Are you there, Steve? I got no audio. We may have to call him here. We may have to use the phone system here. I'm going to disconnect him, and Steve, try and reconnect if you can. All right.
That's what it looked like when we did our pre-show.
The best of technology. Well, hopefully, we'll get him back here. If not, we'll ring him up. We'll ring him because his phone number. It's going right across the bottom here for Kester Mowing, as a matter of fact.
Hey, quick shout out! I see a couple of my buddies making comments in the chat about me being on here. Jerry and Travis Plunkett, J&T Photos out of Piqua, Ohio. If you look back here, they've got a really neat picture right here behind me that they did up in 2010. My victory lane shots, and the same thing they gave to all the track champions at Waynesville in 2010. So I want to give them a good shout out and hope to see those guys again soon.
Yeah, where are you?
There you go. Now you can see it.
Just go through the sign-in deal again. Just refresh it, okay?
On the phone. Or tell him I'll call him here if he can't get back in.
Yeah, you'll be back. Just go through the sign-in deal again.
All right,
Thank you, sir.
We'll touch on a few news headlines here until we get Steve Kester to join us. Best performance motorsports driver Tyler Erb appealed the penalty handed to him from the incident between him and Bobby Pierce at Cedar Lake Speedway. What was that? A couple weeks ago now?
Yeah.
The World of Outlaws appeal panel handed down its decision on Wednesday. The only change in the penalty is Erb will have to take a pre-approved anger management class before he will be eligible to apply for reinstatement.
How about Bobby Pierce? Has anybody heard anything from him?
Haven't heard anything from him other than he had that 30-day suspension.
Now, was that Bobby or that was just Bob, right? That was
Bobby Pierce was suspended because of the actions of his dad, because the drivers are responsible for their crew.
Drivers are responsible for the whole crew.
Oh, absolutely. But I thought I'd read it the other way. That's my bad.
It's such a burden.
We'll give you a pass for that since it's your first show.
Again, if you're just tuning in, Jerry Keyser joining us. He is going to be a semi-permanent part of the Hammer Down Racing Report. I say semi-permanent because he could bail at any moment, really. I pay him as much.
I'm not going anywhere. This is a good time.
I pay you as much as I pay our associate producer and our field correspondents. Everybody makes the same flat pay scale there. All right. Well, I'm gonna try and give. Wait. Nope, that's me. I'm gonna have to give Steve. I need a bigger monitor too because I'm in a different room. I get this monitor is like the size of a postage stamp with all of
Steve
these.
is going to try logging in again.
Is he? All right. Well, I'll give him a couple minutes. We'll do a couple more stories here. Buddy Kofoid had a pretty decent weekend, winning Friday's Power Eye Lucas Oil Midget National Midget feature at Lincoln Speedway. It's a Power Eye. Is that how you pronounce that? Power Eye. Anybody?
Power Eye. Yeah, the midget.
Okay, that's okay. That's what I thought. I always get it wrong, but I thought I was wrong there. Then Sunday at Jacksonville Speedway, Buddy had to race into the feature through the B main and worked his way up to take the win there. So a pretty good weekend for Buddy Kofoid, previous guest on the show. Good kid, and also a very talented driver. Kyle Larson made his first USAC Silver Crown appearance in 8 seasons and started at the back of the 65th Hoosier 100 after a tire change before the start and drove to the front to win at the Indiana State Fairground. I believe that was Sunday evening after the 500.
Really? Kyle Larson won a race?
I know. Crazy, huh? And now he's in a late model. He's going to run out of cars to get into to drive.
I doubt it. I don't think he's been to Indy yet, has he?
That's true.
I don't think so. That's maybe next
Jerry,
year.
you're the trivia king. Come on, man.
He's going to win in everything he sits in. I got a feeling he's going to surprise some people tonight at Port Royal, and I got a feeling that next year you might see him behind the wheel of one of those very fast Indy cars.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm sporting my Hoosier 100 shirt tonight.
There you go.
I wonder how those IndyCar guys feel about the possibility of Larson coming there. I think anybody really would be.
Hey, they put up with Tony Stewart. They'll be fine with.
Yeah. Toledo Speedway has a couple of stories going on. Actually, some breaking news this afternoon. Should we do the breaking news thing here? We'll have to do the breaking news. Yeah, even the breaking news is broken.
Broken, yeah. I was going to go there.
All right. Toledo Speedway announced that they will have fans and some races coming up here. Hold on. You guys can't hear it, but the breaking news music was still blaring in my headphones. They've announced today that they're going to have 3 races with fans and actually technically 4, but 3 local races with fans with a plan they did with the Lucas County Health Department. And the details on those aren't out yet, but they did announce a new ARCA Menard Series / ARCA Menard Series East event that'll be run at Toledo Speedway coming up on Saturday, September 12th. That's to make up for some canceled events at Berlin Raceway and New Hampshire Motor Speedway and Salem Speedway. They had to cancel those due to the pandemic. So they're going to be back at Toledo Speedway again. And I did read there's going to be limited fans for that event as well. So 4. This one.
Yeah, 4. Yeah. Wonderful. As I understand it, the tickets to all of those events are going to be on a pre-sale basis.
Yes. Yeah. And I think I don't know about the ARCA ones, but I know that the 3 local shows that they're going to be putting on, those I believe go on sale September 1st. Check out ToledoSpeedway.com for more information on that. Well, how about we give Steve a call because not
all right
up there. You got any news, Jerry? Share some news.
Just that Lima Land's still closed until 2021. I did speak with Stephanie Swallow today. It's between her and Jeff Jarvis. They heartbroken over not getting to race this year. We're definitely looking forward to getting back in action in 2021.
They're not.
I understand that there's going to be several late model races there next year.
Maybe behind the grandstands with the kids with toy cars. But speaking of Lima Land and racers from Lima Land, I did see that Jared Horseman, the Hurricane, Jared Horseman picked up the Great Lakes Super Sprints Championship over the weekend. So
really,
congratulations to Jared and his team. Yeah, doing a great job.
Steve?
Yes.
Hi. Scott
How you doing? I can't. Yes.
Ron Miller, Jerry Kieser. We'll do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I had it for a second and just not working.
That's all right. We were having problems earlier too, so I understand. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. Everybody, you guys, Ron and Jerry, you can hear him, okay?
I can.
Ron?
That's good.
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, all right. Can you hear them then? Everybody's talking to each other. Holy crap!
Yeah.
It's amazing. Steve Kester, late model driver, leading the points at Oakshade Raceway. You won the last two late model feature events at Oakshade. Actually, you've been very consistent this year. I was looking at your stats before we came on here, and your worst finish this year so far has been 10th.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I've been starting back there a lot too, except for the last 2 weeks. So.
All right. Well, at the beginning of the year, I had you do my landscaping here, and we were talking, and you said you were not going to run for the point series or the points championship this year.
That's correct.
Is this still true?
Yeah, I guess I'm stuck in it right now.
You're stuck in it. Okay.
Yeah, that was my intentions for up to a couple weeks ago. I wasn't really paying attention to points. I just wanted to race, not points race.
All right. Well, now you're points racing. When did
The hook is set.
When did that transition take place where you decided, yeah, I'm going to point race?
Probably about 3-4 weeks ago. I just when I finally ended up looking at the points, and I said, well, I didn't think I had that good of a season. I mean, up to the last 2 weeks, it hasn't been that good. So, yeah, I just decided might as well see what we can do now.
All right. Well, compared to some of the other drivers, like this guy in the middle screen here, you've been pretty lucky staying out of the big ones, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Is that?
I mean, we had a fair share of getting torn up too.
Okay. What about this past weekend? I mean, there was a big wreck in your heat race, and somehow did you come away unscathed? I mean, it looked like there was a little bit of contact, but
yeah, my left front was all torn up.
Okay, but that was relatively small compared to some of the other cars in that incident, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yep.
Actually, my left front looked pretty good, Steve. That's just the rest of the car was pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there was a lot of torn up cars. And all year there's been a lot of torn up cars.
What do you think the reason is for that? Are people just driving differently? Is it track conditions? What do you think is leading to some of these big crashes?
Conditions.
What was that?
Track conditions.
Okay.
I mean, that has a lot to do with it, and there's a lot of rough racetracks this year. So I don't know what's going on this year.
Have you raced anywhere else besides Oakshade this year?
No, just Attica. Been to Attica a few times.
Okay. How's the track been over at Attica for you?
I didn't actually go there really to race. I just went there to test a few things. So.
Okay.
That's all we did.
Okay. So you got 2 feature wins in a row. You got some momentum now going into the final few races here with the points. Can you carry that momentum through the end of the season?
I'm hoping so. I haven't actually heard when the championship night's going to be, so I'd be curious. But
I'm not sure either.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does.
It may be the
we'll
last
find
night
out
that
when we get there that night.
There you go.
Yep.
We'll find out when we get there. When Jerry says, "Hey, tonight's season championship night."
Yeah.
So how awesome would it be for you to add your name to the list of all the great late model champions at Oakshade Raceway?
I mean, I said before I sold everything, I'd like to get a championship, but I mean, a couple weeks ago, that wasn't cross my mind to get a championship. I was just going to sell everything. So
why were you going to sell everything? We're just not your heart's not in it anymore, or too expensive?
No, I don't know. I really don't know. It just I don't know, some of the drama stuff that goes along with it ain't. I don't think it makes it worth it.
Oh, do tell. Give us some details.
Yeah.
You're not going to give us any of the dirt then, huh?
No, I don't really care about, people running their mouths and stuff like that. I mean,
so that kind
it
of
don't
stuff.
bother me.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So do you have any any feuds going on with anybody, any other competitors on the track?
No, I actually seem to get along pretty good with everybody. I mean, most of the time you get a problem with the people that always wanted to be race car drivers, maybe like 2 nights. So that's your problems. So wannabes or something. I don't know what you want to call them.
So how many years have you been racing now?
Oh, I don't know. Close to 20. I started when I was 15. So yeah.
Okay. So
You spent quite a few years in a sportsman car, right?
Yeah. Yep. And quite a few years in bombers, and every year I jumped up, I thought I was crazy for doing it, but I think I had the most success in the late model. So
that 15 years, has there been anybody that you've looked forward to lining up next to when you show up to Oakshade on Saturday nights?
No.
You're the kind of interview we love in Victory Lane. Now, I didn't get to interview in Victory Lane on Saturday because we had some problems with the mic, which I just now remembered. So I have to get there early and try and figure that out. But let's do your Victory Lane interview right now. How's that?
Oh man, it'd probably be a little different now.
So there was a lot of attrition in that feature on Saturday night. What was your take on things?
Well, I mean, I've seen with all the cautions we had, I seen Keller spun out, but it didn't look like he had any car damage, so I figured he was back in. I didn't know how many, because I didn't see a whole lot of wreck cars. So, I mean, I never felt like I never had a chance to slow down because I didn't know who was or how close somebody was behind me.
Well, you had Casey Noonan there, the final half of the race, which went pretty much green, trying to chase you down. And actually, Ron's son there, Steve Miller, had a real good run, finished third behind you.
Steve was hoping for a caution because he thought he could run with those guys, and he had a brilliant night. I was proud of my kid.
He looked really good.
What are your Steve? What are your thoughts on Kyle Larson getting into a late model?
I think it's good for the sport. But he's good
as long as he stays away from here.
Yeah.
As long as
I see him. I mean, we need some more good cars coming this way. So
you'd welcome the chance to have to race or possibly lose to Kyle Larson every week?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
So if you win the championship this year, are you still planning on selling all your stuff and getting out of racing, or what's the plans for next year, or is that still up in the air?
I don't know. I'm planning nothing. I just whatever happens.
You're very, very laid back. Kind of take things as they come. Okay.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Yep. I run the business like that, and I just laid back, and that's how I just do it like that. So.
Okay. Any other sponsors helping you out other than, of course, Kester Mowing?
Yeah, Dave Geist Body Shop, Bowman Auto Group of Genoa, AccuForce. I mean, Performance Machining, EV Carbs.
So you got some pretty good backing there.
Yep. Yeah, every little bit helps.
Okay. Well, good luck this weekend. going for win number 3. What do you think your chances are?
I don't know. As long as I don't touch the car or nothing, I think we'll be all right. So,
have you made any big adjustments to the car throughout the year, or have you just kind of just left it because it's been pretty consistent?
Oh yeah. 2 weeks ago, we moved all kind of stuff. That's the only. Last 2 weeks we didn't touch nothing, so we don't even grind tires no more.
All right. Well, whatever you did 2 weeks ago, it worked for you.
Keep doing it.
Yep.
Yeah, keep doing it.
Yep.
And maybe if Kyle Larson shows up, you'll be able to beat him.
Yeah.
Show
maybe
him.
I'll call him.
There you go.
Hey, Steve, let's play what if for a second. I understand that Attica is using Saturday as a rain date in case it rains Friday, and it's kind of looking like that might happen. I know Devin is fairly close to you in points. What if it rains? What's he do?
They're not running late models on Saturday.
Aren't they?
No, if it rains, they're going to run the dirt trucks.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, and I
I was
thought
unaware of that.
no point.
Yeah, no point.
I was unaware of that. I asked the driver of the 911 truck if they were racing and if he was thinking of bringing his own truck to Oakshade, and he said no, he was going to take care of the little woman. So I don't know that he knows Attica is racing.
Yeah, from what I read, it's Saturday night. Friday night. They have it's actually their season championship night with the 410s, 305s, and the late models, and double points on Friday night. And if it rains, I took this right from their website. If the event gets canceled, Attica Raceway Park will race on Saturday, August 29th and will feature 410 and 305 sprints and dirt trucks. It will be a non-points race. Should Friday's event get canceled, season championship night will be moved to Friday, September 11th.
All righty.
Oh, there you go. There's your update. That Steve already knew, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. See, he's ahead of the game. We'll have to have you on the show. Replace me. You know what's going on. All right, you guys got any more questions for Steve here?
No other questions. Just good luck on the remainder of the season, and I hope to see you back in Victory Lane.
Steve's a good friend. If I had any questions, I'd call him up.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. I stop in there and see him once in a while.
That's what I hear. He was busy this week.
Secrets.
Yeah. All right, Steve. Thanks for giving us some time, and good luck this weekend.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.
There you go.
Scott, I don't know if you saw it. Dan Gehring checked in. He said it's raining at Port Royal, and Kyle Larson was the fastest in his group at 19.27 on a really big half-mile track.
I did not.
I see my sister checked in. She lives over in Erie, Pennsylvania. I wonder if it's raining over there. She might let us know in the column.
Speaking of rain and weather, Ryan Weekman and his weekend weather pit stop will be coming up here momentarily, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Yeah. It's I believe he used the word interesting, I think. There you go. Eldora officials have announced the 39th Four Crown Nationals has been rescheduled. It's been canceled. It's been canceled for this year. It's been rescheduled for next year, 2021, due to obviously the COVID-19 health crisis. It's like everything. I suppose I can get the Steve Kester on the phone part off of there. There we go. The Marion County Fair Association, in cooperation with Knoxville Raceway, has voted to cancel the remainder of the racing season at Knoxville Raceway after several individuals tested positive for COVID-19 following the most recent race. That's what prompted that decision. Included in the schedule in there was the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Knoxville Nationals scheduled for September 17th through the 19th. That has been now relocated, I guess you can say, to I-80 Speedway. I believe that's in Nebraska. As far as ratings go for the Indianapolis 500, NBC Sports presentation of the 104th running of the race on Sunday averaged a total audience delivery of 3.737 million viewers. The race was NBC Sports' second most watched IndyCar race on record and NBC's second most watched sports event since January. To put that into perspective, though, was it last year? I believe the Indy 500 was 5 million, so it was down 2 million from last year when it was held on the regular weekend and didn't have
because it wasn't Memorial Day.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It was weird seeing that place empty.
It really was.
Wow.
And you could put 100,000 people in there and they would rattle around like a pea in a boxcar.
And the hype just wasn't there, too. I mean, there was no hype for the Indianapolis 500 weekend. I mean, stuff happened, but it just, I don't know. It's not supposed to be in mid to late August with no fans. Oh, well. I already did the Toledo Speedway. Oh, yeah. The Toledo Speedway races that'll be coming up are going to be limited to 1,500 grandstand general admission. And I think I was reading through some of their guidelines. Masks must be worn at all times, except for when you're eating or drinking. It's going to be assigned seating. You have to stay in your section and you cannot go back out to your car for any reason. So it's going to be pretty restrictive due to, all the concessions they had to make to just be able to host the races with the health department.
Right.
So there you go. That's all the news that is fit to print that I have. How do we play how many before we get to chance to win Big D's Pizza?
One more shout out here.
Go for it.
Jordan Conover, driver of the number 7C stock car, who picked up a feature win in the Bombers at Oakshade earlier this season. He lit it up again this weekend up at Gas City Raceway in Indiana, and then on Friday night, and then at Montpelier on Saturday, picking up 2 more feature wins.
I almost forgot something. I forgot to put this in my notes. I talked to Rich Reif earlier this week.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to steal your thunder. It just made me think of this about the Bomber Spectacular coming up at Oakshade. Get It Done Auto Parts. They would put in some of the sponsorship money for this past weekend's late model show. They're putting in $500 extra on top of the $1,000 to win for the Bomber Spectacular. There is a catch, though, and this is at Oakshade Raceway. The catch is that the driver that gets it has to have attended 80% of the races at Oakshade, because they want it to be a guy that's been supporting Oakshade. And
sure,
not to pick on Mr. Conover, who is a decent driver himself, but they don't want him to come there and win and say
cherry pick, so to speak.
Exactly.
But if Jordan came and won, he would still get
the $1,000. Yeah,
he'd still get the grand.
And I believe the 500 then would go to second, assuming they competed in 80%. And he called me on Monday.
Another one whose schedule kind of got thrown into disarray with the COVID and everything, because he does have a modified as well. And I think their plan was to run the season at Lima and Eldora, and obviously that just never happened.
No, it did not. I think that bit Terry Rushlow too. He's been running with our sportsman. So yeah, had to get that out there. And if they want to try and get that purse up even more, so if there's more sponsors out there that are interested in kicking in for that Bomber Spectacular, make it more than $1,500 to win, then get a hold of Chrissy at Oakshade Raceway.
Scott, Karina Belcher posted on the side that, hey, Ron, why don't you guys mention the kart races up at Adrian? There's a lot of racers, kids out there, and we've kind of ignored them. And that race at the track up at Palmyra has really been doing some good things. And there's a lot of racers there.
We've had Bailey on the show before.
Right.
Yeah. We've talked about the Palmyra Raceway, although I haven't been up there since they redid the track and did some improvements up there. I was just
thinking maybe one of our producers could throw some news in there.
There you go. I think he's talking to you, Dave. Speaking of which, I'm supposed to give Dave your email address so he can send you all the emails I get. I'm pointing at you, Jerry. I suppose you can't really. It's you.
Oh, yes.
Wait. Over there. Way over there.
Yeah, over there. Yeah, no, over there.
Nope, the other way. There you go. That guy. Guy in the orange. So, shoot me your email address after we get off here. How many for last week was how many caution flags were going to be? I'm sorry, how many caution flag laps were going to be in the Indy 500 on Sunday? And our on-show winner was me. I had the highest guess of 33. The actual number of laps was 52. 52 of 200 under caution. That's crazy. And our online winner, he was pretty close. Mr. John Young wins again. Another big
John Young.
57 was what he guessed. He was closest there. He went slightly over, but he was only 5 off there. So
I guessed 37. So he.
Gotcha. All right. This week's how many? Sticking with caution flag laps. How many caution flag laps will be in Saturday's Coke Zero 400 at Daytona? Now, there's a key to this. If it gets rained out and delayed this to Sunday, that could play into this because the exact question is, how many caution flag laps in the Coke Zero 400 at Daytona on Saturday? So if it's rain delayed or anything, and there's no laps, it could be 0. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there. I don't want to cheat anybody. I don't know what the forecast is for Daytona, though, so I don't even know if that's a possibility.
So somebody could guess 0
and hope that it rains, or that there's just no cautions in the entire. Well, that's not true. There will be cautions because they have segments, so in the segment count. So if you want to win a Big D's pizza, and by the way, John Young, get with Dean Henry over there at Big D's to get your Big D's pizza or your 6 that you've won, however many.
Yeah, John Young, and make sure you bring one back to Ron Miller Race Cars.
Yeah, and try the what was that stuff that I brought you? Was it it's like strawberry stuff?
No, it was
cherry.
Some kind of a strawberry cheesecake or something.
That's what it was. Yeah, man, that was good.
Oh man, yeah.
They got more than pizza over there at Big D's.
That should be illegal. I looked at their menu, Scott. It's amazing.
They got a lot of stuff.
They have got so much stuff on there. I just never would have thought.
Which is good for a picky guy like me.
With that great food, we don't have Big D's in Lima.
We don't have Big D's here in Toledo area, but I drove the Clyde to go check it out. So you have to make the trip there. Very easy to find. So this week's how many? Again, how many caution flag laps? We'll start with Jerry, since you're the newest addition to the show. What do you think?
I like 37.
Sticking with 37. Just so you know, the total number of laps, the advertised distance is 160 laps. So you're sticking with 37.
Yes, sir.
All right. What do you got, Ron?
It's going to be touchy because how many laps do they run under caution for the segments? And there'll be 2 segments, I would imagine.
There will be guys racing to try and. This is the last event before the playoffs for them, so there'll be some guys racing for their playoff lives.
And there's almost always a big one. I'm going with 40 laps. Daytona's a big track, and it takes a long time under caution, but
especially if there's a big one, it takes a few laps to clean that up, unless they red flag it.
Yeah, and they could do that.
Good. A lot of variables here.
And then there's that Saturday kicker, Scott.
You like that?
Yeah.
Is Kathy around? Does she have a guess?
Yep. Kathy, how many caution flags at Daytona on Saturday?
I'd say 10.
Or you could say 0 because the question is how many on Saturday. If it
I'm putting her down for 10. Yeah, she's going to be the lowest for us in the studio.
Okay.
I guess we're not in the studio. Whatever. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'll say I don't know. That is a good question. I got your 10. I'll go with 20. I'm going with 20. That may be too low. Put in your guess.
I think it's low, Scott, just because there's got to be 10 or 12 during the chase or during the.
Last time they were at Daytona, that was a rain delayed race. It was the Daytona 500, and you know how that ended with Ryan Newman in the hospital. So maybe they'll try and drive a little more careful. Although they were just there on the road course, so they were racing on part of the track, so they got some practice. I don't know. Maybe that'll contribute.
Careful, and race car drivers don't fit on the same page, Scott.
All right, then. If you want to play along, you can do so in the comments on our Facebook Live. Our Facebook Live post video, this thing. So if you're listening to us on iHeartRadio, just find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Hammerdown Racing Report. Find our video from Thursday night and put your guess in as long as it's before, say, 5 o'clock on Saturday. I don't think the race starts. When did I say the race starts? 7:30. So, yeah, 5 o'clock Saturday. You can put your guess in until then. So when people have guessed, if somebody guessed the same number, whoever guessed it first will get credit. And if you put in more than one number, then you only get credit for the first number you put in, so that somebody doesn't put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Can't steal all the numbers.
Or we could just tell them that they don't get any credit.
Ooh, I like that. You get disqualified if you guess more than once.
That's right.
Well, yeah.
Black flagged.
Should we do that this week, or should we wait till next week to start that?
No.
Changing rules in the middle of the game?
We make the rules.
That's true. We can change them in the middle of the game. There you go. You're black flagged if you put more than one guess in. I'm looking to see if there's anybody we can black flag. I don't see anybody yet. Okay. Coming up, we'll check out your weekend weather pit stop. You definitely want to check that out, especially if you're planning to go to Attica Raceway Park on Friday night. That's tomorrow night. It's Kistler Racing Products. John Wright's Custom Chrome Plating presents Mark Keegan Classic Season Championship Night. That's the title of the night. That's it. It's a real short one. 410 sprints, 305 sprints, UMP late models. It's double points in all three classes. Gates open at 5, racing at 7:45. General admission there is $15. And again, as we mentioned earlier, if the event does get canceled, Attica Raceway Park will race on Saturday, but it'll be the 410s, 305s, and dirt trucks. There won't be late models. I presume not to compete with Oakshade, because Oakshade and Attica work together pretty well. And Wayne County, I believe, runs late models too. I'm not sure what they got going on this weekend. So avoiding conflicts there. So it's nice seeing promoters working together. I like that. Coming up on Saturday, Oakshade Raceway, late model Sportsman Bombers Compacts. Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission is $14 there. Sandusky Speedway, it's the Pops Clinic Memorial 30, featuring Renegades, Pure Stocks, Beginner Stocks, and the Modifieds back in action. Pits open at 3, main gates at 4, and racing at 7 p.m. General admission is $12 at Sandusky Speedway. Fremont Speedway, they are dark still for the fair. Their next race is September 12th, so still some time before we see them. So how about we check out the weekend weather pit stop with WTOL meteorologist Ryan Weekman. Is that good? Any objections?
Sounds good to me.
I got this back. Check this out.
Here is your weekend weather pit stop forecast. I'm First Alert meteorologist Ryan Weekman. Attica, going to be a little interesting Friday evening. Not the word you want the meteorologist to say when given the forecast, right? Rain showers going to be likely. Cold front coming in from the north, going to combine with some moisture left over from Laura moving up from the south. Rain going to be very possible out there at race time starting 7:45. Could have showers lasting through midnight on and off. Saturday, much better outlook in the afternoon and evening here. Cooler, less humid as well for Oakshade and Sandusky. High temperatures will be close to 80 degrees and rain will be long gone for both of those. For WTOL 11, I'm First Alert meteorologist Ryan Weekman.
It was interesting. That was the word he said. I remember it now.
Yeah.
So chances are
there's nothing interesting about the R word.
Chances are, different R word. It's the word R, not the letter R. Chances are that they will be doing I'm going to have to say the rain date at Attica Raceway Park for Saturday night. So chances are, hopefully the weather holds up. I mean, there is just a chance he could be wrong, but it doesn't happen that often, unfortunately. Hopefully we don't get too much rain that it affects any of the Saturday night tracks as well. So there. Okay, let's get out of here.
Scott, couple quick things.
Nope, we're going.
For Jerry. Yeah. Early on in the show, Jerry talked about kids playing with plastic cars under the grandstands. That's where I got started. 6 years old. My dad had a push truck at Toledo Speedway, and I was one of the rugrats playing with the little plastic cars. 25 cents at the racetrack then. But yeah,
that's
was
almost
me.
As much as you paid for your first race car.
Yeah, that was 35 cents.
I know.
Inflation, you know. And
I'm guilty of the same thing. That's kind of how I got my start with my dad and my grandpa racing at Lima Land when I was very small, and playing in the under the bleachers with little Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars. And
well, and it was a different time then, because my dad would just drop me off at the front gate. I'd go in and watch the races, play with my plastic cars. When the races were over, he'd pick me up out front.
Right, and you can't do that now.
No. And the other thing I wanted to say, Steve Kester is a good friend, but he is a tough interview. And flashback, it reminded me of my very first radio show on Seaway Radio. And Don King said, "Ron, you're going to have your own show." And I kept saying, yeah. And I thought, well, I'll bring Benny Rapp in. Benny Rapp has been around racing forever. He's just, and he was a good friend. Just all kinds of stories when he'd stop by. So we sat down, and Don King said, "I'd like you folks to meet Ron Miller. He's going to be the host of Motorsports Talk. And here you go, Ron." And Don got up and left. Very first show. And I said, "Wow, Benny, you've been around racing for a long time. I'll bet you've seen a lot of changes." Yep. I said, "Oh, shit. You have no idea how long 5 minutes of dead air is until you're faced with it." And we finally broke the ice, and it was a great interview. And but at that time it was a half-hour show, and it could have been the longest half hour of my life.
Yeah, I've been there in Victory Lane quite a few times with guys that, you just never know.
All right, and I don't know that we probably did not properly introduce you earlier as well. I apologize about that, Jerry.
Oh,
Jerry Keyser, voice of Lima Land Raceway, also dirt truck racer, and he's been around the sport forever, and also helping me out at Oakshade Raceway with the announcing duties there. Is again joining our program to help while I'm trying to do all the producing stuff, and this is tonight's even worse because like I said, we got all this new equipment, and I'm using a wholly different setup than I have been in the past. And
I think it's went well. Like I said, I appreciate you guys having me. Let me be a part of this, and I appreciate you letting me come up to Oakshade and hang out with you and talk a little racing, since I don't get to do it at Friday nights right now in Lima Land.
And you raced at Waynesfield, right?
Raced at Waynesfield. I've actually also raced at Lima Land, so hoping to get that truck back together next year and go race somewhere. Don't know where yet.
Speaking of
a 4-cylinder truck,
yes.
Ready to put a V8 in it and head for.
I've toyed with the idea. I thought about giving you a call this fall and winter and kind of see what
we've got a few secrets with those trucks, so we've won a couple of races this year. So yeah,
you're going to share some of the secrets you put into that 911.
They can be bought.
Oh, that's right. You always say you want to go fast. Speed costs money.
That speed costs money.
I'm getting that big paycheck from Scott for helping with this show.
There you go.
Tell you what,
since you did so good, speed costs money. How fast you want to go?
Since you did so well, I'm going to give you 100% pay raise.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Both of you guys.
That's amazing.
I gave Dave a pay raise too. I think, I don't remember if it was 50% or what. So, yeah, it all equals the same though. It all shakes out in the end. So
answering Terry Kane. Yes.
Oh, what was, well,
he was just wondering if, the racetrack that I went to when I was young was Raceway Park. Yes, it was.
I saw his comment there, 22, and I was like, what? He's answering yes to 22? A little confused. So, all right, we'll be back next week. We'll try and have all our bugs worked out and be a little more organized next Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Tune in. Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on YouTube. You can watch us there. And if you're commenting on the YouTube, I don't typically look at those, so that's why you should be on the Facebook comments for the Big D's Pizza. How many? But I might go look at the comments on the Facebook or on the YouTube. I'm so confused. I need to. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's just
Let's go get something to eat, Scott.
Are you hungry?
I am hungry, dude.
All right.
Breakfast was a long time ago, and I worked through lunch.
We'll get your headset bugs worked out for next week, too. So.
Very good.
All right. We'll see you guys next week, and hopefully this thing works, and bye-bye.
Good night,
Racing.
Gracie.
Get to a
You
racetrack
have been
this
listening
weekend,
to the
folks.
Hammer Down Racing Report. Listen on demand on iHeartRadio.